You may be seated.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hello.
This is the case of Carr versus Villa.
Thank you, Jerome. Good day, everyone.
Good day.
Mr. Carr, you state that Miss Villa is a notorious cheater who tried to pin her daughter Trinity on you.
Yes, Your Honor.
You claim there is no way you are the father and had to open today's case because she's been running from you and a DNA test for 3 years.
Yes,
is that
Your
correct?
Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Villa, you admit to making mistakes in your relationship with the defendant, but you and your best friend want to prove he fathered your daughter, Trinity. You hope today's DNA results help you get Mr. Carr back. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Carr, you say you had to open up today's case.
Yes, Your Honor.
Tell the court why.
Your Honor, because her nickname is Heartbreaker.
What does that
From the
have anything to
beginning
do with
of the
Trinity?
relationships that we had together, she was a liar, a cheater, and no good for nothing, just to be honest.
But you still stayed with me.
That's what I was just
Actually-
about to say.
Actually, Your
Yes,
Honor,
you did. You
she
continued
stayed
to have
with
sex
me.
with me and everything else, and you allowed me back.
The reason I kept taking her back because I wanted to prove, like, we both have a history in the past. Like me, before I became a loyal man, I was just like her, jumping from person to person to person. But over time, I noticed that it was time for me to settle down.
Okay.
You
She was
tell
the
her
person-
different than what you told me.
She was the person that I wanted to settle down with.
All right, so you decided this is the woman you wanted to settle down with, but unfortunately, she was behaving the way you used to behave in relationship.
Not
But
in relationships.
you gonna save her.
I tried to. You
All
can't
right,
play.
so Miss Villa, now I want to understand what's happening here. How did the relationship start for you?
He hit me up on Facebook, and it went from a one-night stand to us having a kid.
Wow. That is a huge jump, Jerome. A jump with a capital J. And it turned into a relationship
Yes,
from
ma'am.
just meeting on Facebook.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so you all decided, what is this, love at first sight for you all? Like, what you were just
No,
like,
no, Your Honor.
we want to do this?
The problem was I couldn't get rid of her, Your Honor.
You said you wanted
If you
to save her.
wanted me gone, you would have spoke up and told me to get out.
And I did.
No, you
signed.
didn't.
And that's not what you just
And that's
testified
not
to.
what you were
You
telling
said
me.
you met a girl that you liked and you really wanted to try to build a relationship with her, but she was not acting in a way that was conducive to a committed relationship.
For an example.
So how did you find out she was cheating on you?
For an example.
I told
when
him
we
each
had-
time.
When we had went to Athens,
I told him each time he would let
Each-
me leave, and I would come back, and I let him know that I did it. And he still took me back.
And what would you let him know, Miss Villa?
That I messed around with the person I left with.
Was it always the same person?
Basically, yeah.
no, Your Honor, she
Yes, it
cheated
was.
8 different times with 8 different people.
8 different times with
Yes,
8
ma'am.
different people.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
In the beginning, no. No,
Hold
correction.
on.
You're a liar, Tony.
Wait a minute. She cheated on you 8 different times with 8 different people?
Yes, ma'am.
No,
Yes,
that's
Your
not how it
Honor.
went. There was times I did cheat on him, and there was times we were broken up and I
You're
messed around.
sitting
Just
here
like he
admitting
kicked
that
me
you're
out
cheating now.
to
So
sleep with another
with that
girl in a
being
place we
said,
shared together. So you need to get your story straight and tell your
my whole
part
point
too.
is, you're admitting that you're cheating. Why not admit the full truth? Because
I
full
admitted
truth
I
is the only
cheated,
thing that's going to
but
set you
each
free.
So how did you
happened when
find
we
it out,
wasn't
Mr.
together.
Carr? How did you come to know she was cheating and sleeping with somebody else, which would warrant you believing Trinity is not your biological child?
The times of conception. The times of conception was she slept with a man on the 31st of January.
Tony,
Me and
she
her
was-
slept together on February the 14th. 3 days later, the 17th, she tells me that she's pregnant. I'm like, how are you pregnant?
Tony, you're a liar.
If we just slept together on the 14th, then how did you know that you're pregnant? How in the world do you know that you're pregnant?
You
If we
told me
slept
I was
together-
So
pregnant.
you
You're a
have
liar.
sex 3 days later and she tells you, now I'm pregnant.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
you thinking like, how do you know you pregnant 3 days after we just have sex?
Exactly, Your Honor.
Tell us some more lies, Tony. Keep going.
I don't have to
I
lie.
conceived
It's
her
the truth.
February 14th when we had sex in his car.
So you're saying, Miss Villa, you had sex with Mr. Carr where?
In one of his friend's car when he picked us up. He picked us up and we did it right there with him driving.
That was on the 14th. That was
Tony,
on the 14th.
I didn't tell you I was pregnant until a couple of weeks later.
So wait a minute. Mr. Carr and his friend came to pick you up. You had sex with Mr. Carr in the back of the friend's car while he was driving?
Yep.
And that's the day you think Trinity was conceived?
Yep.
With Mr. Carr?
Yep.
In the car.
Yes.
The back of the car.
It was me and him having sex.
Right. But you say that's not the case.
I don't believe that's the case because of the 31st of January is when she slept with the other guy.
Tony, no, it's not.
So with that being said, January, I have a
I had
memory,
her
it's
3
burned
weeks
into my
later.
head. It's burned into my head.
How do you know it was the 31st?
Because, Your Honor, if you have your child on October the 31st, that means that it is the other man's
You're a
child.
liar. Trinity
Because
was
that's
due
exactly 9
November
months.
21st. I had her 3 weeks early.
So you're saying the conception window is off, Ms. Villa, because since Trinity was born early, you technically would have had a due date of 3 weeks later than that.
Yes, she was due November 21st of 2015. I had her October 31st.
And so you're saying that would have put you during the window of time when you were intimate with Mr. Carr in the back of the car.
Yes.
Okay. If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell.
I know Trinity belongs to him.
But Mr. Carr, you aren't so sure.
I'm not so sure, Your Honor. And it's hurtful because I have to
Mr.
live with
Carr-
this pain every single day.
Tony, you chose to
trying
do that.
Think.
You
She
were
chose
there
for you
on
to go
and
cheat?
off, on and
Okay.
off.
Anyways.
So
I live with
Trinity,
this
wait,
pain every
Trinity
day.
is 3 years old. Do you have a relationship with her?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm with her every day of the week, just about. Just about every day of the week. I play my role as a father. No matter what it is, no matter how much pain or how much that eats me up inside, I still treat her like she's my own child.
And that hurts you. I can see how emotional that makes you. Why are you feeling so emotional?
Because I didn't deserve that. I didn't deserve to go through what I went through.
But you kept taking me back.
When you say you didn't
And you're
deserve
bragging about being a cheater? Who in the world would take you back if you're sitting there
You don't,
bragging
that's the
about being a
problem.
cheater?
You don't let me talk ever.
You kept on saying, oh, you kept on
You
taking me
did,
back.
Tony. You kept
okay, I
taking
kept
me
on
back,
taking
and
you
you
back,
kept-
and at least somebody loved you enough to take you back or even give you a chance. It eats me up. It really does. No matter how much somebody brags, oh, you kept on taking me back. Like I said, because somebody
Tony,
loved
nobody's
you.
bragging about that. That's the problem. You don't let me talk.
I'm gonna let you talk, Ms. Villa, because I want you to have a chance to speak.
He wants me to understand his pain, but don't understand mine.
Understand your pain as much
You know
pain
how
as I went through.
frustrating
I'm
it
sorry,
is
I could not understand
raising
how
kids
somebody
by
can
myself?
hurt. Raising kids by
Yes.
yourselves?
See, you left 5 days
But
before I
I'm-
had Trinity, and then told me you slept with 3 other girls I knew you slept with.
Yes,
so
I
keep
did.
on. Tell your
admitted 3
part
other
instead of
females
mine.
I slept with
It wasn't
after
just
we were
3.
broke up.
Okay, and I did a lot of this when we're broken up, but I'm a cheater?
All right, listen. Both of you all obviously weren't doing the right thing. That's obvious. You don't get to this point with one person being a saint and the other one being the sinner. Life just doesn't work like that. And I'm not going to accept you just painting that picture of her because I know there has to be a yin to this yang, right? So now, I want to go back to talking about Trinity. And I want to understand the type of relationship you've built with this beautiful little girl over the past 3 years and why it brings you to tears when you think about the fact that you may not be her biological father.
Your Honor, because to me, she is my queen. I look at her and she looks back at me and she smiles back at me. That said, I'm doing something right. At least she's happy. Even if my happiness never comes, at least she's happy. And that's all that matters. That's all.
I think we also have to be honest about the fact that you look at her and you see her smile. If we're being very honest, you also look and say, I wonder if she's mine. And that's also the pain behind those tears.
Yes, Mom. It's both ways. It's like a two-edged sword. It cuts both ways. It heals me, but then it scars me at the same time, too.
And as much as you love this beautiful little girl, you've been trying to get a DNA test for this little girl for a very long time. You've actually brought an exhibit with you to court that outlines this testimony.
Yes, Mom.
Can you
Yes,
please
Your Honor.
step up to the monitor and let's review this exhibit. So you say she's been running away from a DNA test?
Yes, Your Honor. I was in Alabama. She was in Tampa, Florida. I tried to hook the cases together. As soon as she received the letter, she moves from Tampa, Florida to Muscle Shoals, Alabama.
You were told I was moving.
From Muscle Shoals, Alabama, she moves to Decatur, Alabama. That's when we stayed together for the little bit that we did. From Decatur, Alabama, she moves from Decatur to Chicago, Illinois.
And I opened cases each time then. You're wrong,
Each
Tony.
time she opened the case, I believe she purposely spelled my name incorrectly because she
I went
had
back
one
to
of my
Decatur
work
to make sure he
badges
was a
on
father
her
to the
each and
kids.
every time. Anyways, from Chicago, Illinois, she moved from Chicago, Illinois to Nashville, Tennessee. From Nashville, Tennessee, she moves to Rogersville, Alabama. From Rogersville, Alabama, she moves to Russellville, Alabama. From Russellville, Alabama, she moves back to Decatur, Alabama.
These are a lot of moves.
Yes, it is. But each time I moved, it was to get him to be around the kid.
This was a span of what?
She's making a music note, Your Honor.
We are not making music in here. That's for sure. You may step back to your podium.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So, Miss Villa, what are you feeling now? Tell me, why are you crying?
Frustrated.
Why do you
Because all
feel it?
he does, he don't listen to me. He don't take in what I have to say.
Miss McDonald, you're here supporting your best friend. What has she expressed to you about this entire paternity question?
She's been wanting it a lot. A couple of times she's complained to me that he has not been wanting it.
He doesn't want
You
to go on
mean
the
wanting to
child
get the
support.
DNA test?
Yes.
I don't mind child support. Why would you put me on child support if I'm supporting my child already?
You help with diapers here and there. I've
If
been
you
doing
don't
it
want me
since day
part
one,
of
Tony, so
Trinity's
don't
life,
try
then
that.
just say so.
Tony, you've been coming around
I
lately.
learned from my grandmother.
Not
to
from the
feed
past 3
what
years.
I learned from a
You
family
have been
member.
coming around
Let's
lately
get to
because
order.
Why? Because she keeps moving and people get tired of reaching out. Here.
No,
here.
Tony.
She
What do
has
you
reached
expect
out
somebody
to you
do?
plenty of
Bow
times.
down so weak and crazy.
Let's get some order. I know how frustrated everybody is, but we're here to tell our truth. I'm giving everybody the opportunity. And Miss McDonald, before you start screaming across the aisle, I do want you to testify as to what you know. You say she confides in you. Did she ever say that she was with another man during the window of conception?
Yes.
She
A
did
one-night
say that.
stand, yes.
So she did tell you that during the window of time when Trinity was conceived, she did have a one-night stand with someone else.
Yes, Your Honor.
So Miss Villa, that's not what you testified to here.
In the period of time of me getting pregnant and stuff, I messed around with the guy a couple of weeks before him. When I messed with that guy, it was more of a revenge thing because of the stuff he was doing to me.
Miss Villa, was that sex protected sex or unprotected sex?
Unprotected.
All right. And that's enough to make paternity doubt. Did you ever tell him you were pregnant?
Yes, I told him in front of him. I called him and told him. Even after I had Trinity, he asked me for pictures of Trinity and stuff. His family says that she looks like him and everything. The guy.
So the
denies
other guy's
girl.
family says Trinity looks like him?
Yes, looks like Tony.
Oh, looks like Mr. Carr.
Yes, he even denies her.
All right, well, the only way we can move forward now is just to get the results. Jerome, I'm ready for the envelope, please. These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. In the case of Carr versus Villa, when it comes to 3-year-old Trinity Villa, it has been determined by this court. Mr. Carr, you are the father. That's your beautiful little girl.
Yes, Mom.
Are you happy?
I'm ecstatic.
Good.
Yes, Mom. I finally got my closure.
I'm so happy. So they say when we close one door, we open what?
Another door.
Right. So we've closed the door of doubt. Now we need to open the door of possibilities, of communication, right?
Yes, Mom.
Of trust. If you all want to try to be a couple, you guys got a lot of work to do. I've seen dysfunction of epic proportion. And the things that I've heard, no child should have to endure. We have counseling and resources for you, and we want you to take advantage of it because we want Trinity to have the village she deserves, right?
Right.
You say she's a queen,
Yes,
right?
Mom. Yes, Mom.
And so you all have to get it together so that she knows her worth and knows her value, okay?
Yes.
I wish you the very best. Court is adjourned.